had an absolutely fantastic day, and I got to tell y'all all about it. Today is Tuesday, so I spent the morning and early afternoon part of the day with the Mastermind girls. So on Tuesdays, I do all my coaching. I help women buy investment houses without banks or a license. And I've got a mastermind with about, we usually try to keep about 10 ladies in there, and we have 7 right now. So we have seats available if you're looking to get into a mastermind, you're looking for a mentor, you're looking for group coaching, whatever it is, we've got seats available in the mastermind. So, Abby Labby's gonna go chasing something. We do group coaching calls, and then we do one-on-one calls, okay? Hey, Nicole! Hey, Pam! Pam saying hi to Abigail. Hey, girls! So that's what we do on Tuesdays. Group coaching and then one-on-one coaching. And then I hop into...
Bad dog. Bad dog. You know what I'll do? I'll put a leash on.
We got lots of activity out in the front yard today. So then I hop into First Deal Done Fast, and I do Q&A in there. So all the ladies that are in First Deal Done Fast, on Mondays I put up a post that says, let's talk strategy. And then on Tuesdays I go in and answer their questions. Abby's looking for a spot now. So I've been coaching all day. But this afternoon was a special treat. This afternoon, I went to Big Slate Media. Those are the video guys that travel all over the country with She Buys It. Hey, I'm Whitney Nicely. I help women buy investment houses without banks or a license. My company is She Buys It, and I'm the broker for Whitney Buys Houses. But I want you to know that, yes, I buy houses, and you can too. So, Big Slate Media has traveled the entire country with me to film Apartment Blitz, to film Private Money Profits, to film Vacation Rental Riches. We'd even done a couple events that we didn't even publish or promote. We did Blissful Buy and Hold, and we did another event that we just didn't even do. But I have been to Florida with these guys. I've been to New Mexico with these guys. I've been to California with these guys. We've been to Kentucky just last month. These guys are a huge part of the Whitney Buys Houses team. All right, the Big Slate Media guys do such an amazing job, and they also film our main event in Knoxville, which is She Buys It Live. Get your ticket, get your VIP ticket if you want to learn all about how to buy houses, how to buy apartments, how to buy money, how to buy vacation rentals. We're going to cover all of that at She Buys It Live. And I'm going to put the link right here. It's She Buys It Live, SheBuysItLive.com. So the link is right there, SheBuysItLive.com. Get a ticket. This year, the event is November 6th through the 9th of 2019. There's going to be 118 women coming from all over the country to Knoxville to learn how to buy houses, to learn how to buy apartments, to learn how to buy money, to learn how to buy vacation rentals. We're going to talk about all the good stuff in Knoxville in November, and you want to go ahead and get a ticket now because the first 50 tickets are going to get a seat on our bus tour. This is the only bus tour that I know of any real estate event where you actually get to go see somebody's real properties that they own. Like, I don't just tell you how to buy houses, I actually show you the houses I've bought and tell you how I did it so that you can go home and do it too. All right, it's like show and tell, but on a bus. Look, Abby the Labby made it back up. She's clearly feeling better this week, so thank you all very much for your prayers. Abby's got pancreatitis, but the way she just chased that turkey vulture, I think she's feeling pretty good. So anyway, I was at Big Slate today because these guys do an awesome job, and they go above and beyond to help me. They help me rearrange furniture. They help me with pictures and with videos. They just do an awesome job, and they're local dudes here in Knoxville. So they were having a ribbon cutting ceremony today, and I've never been to a ribbon cutting ceremony, but it was awesome. I see a lot of women talking about, oh good, you found a spot to lay down. I see a lot of women talking about, hey, let's not have wedding showers or baby showers anymore. Let's have business showers for our friends that are going into business. And I think I kind of sort of went to one of those today for the very first time, and it was awesome. Okay, we didn't play any toilet paper games. We didn't play any icebreaker games. It was people in one room talking about business for like 2 hours and just celebrating the fire out of a local business that we all know, love, and trust, and celebrating them opening a new office, opening a whole studio so that they can do in-studio filming, so they can be creative, and so that they could have a place in Knoxville for other creative people to go and hang out and be creative together and talk about all the things that video people talk about. I mean, when I get together with my friends at She Buys It Live in Knoxville, we talk about real estate for 4 days. So I was willing to go hang out at Big Slate for 2 hours and talk about video for 2 hours. All right. But like, it was awesome. The Knoxville Chamber was there. The Blount County Chamber was there. And we were just like all there to support a small business, a local small business who was expanding and growing into a new office, a new studio space, a new site to grow into, and they just got the bathroom redone, and they got the conference room redone, and they got their offices situated, and they got it was just awesome. It was so awesome to go and just have fun, and to meet all the other people from the Knoxville Chamber, and to meet the other people from the Blount County Chamber, and other business people were there. Their family was there. It was just an awesome day, and it was very much as close as I've ever been to like, hey, we're in business now. Y'all come on out and hang out and celebrate with us. Like, it was a blast. They had cake, and they did a ribbon cutting. And so y'all know that now I'm just thinking like, how cool would it be one day when I have a ribbon cutting? And, Big Slate will be there for me. I know they will. My family will be there. And I can just see, because when you go to these things, you just see the way that your business could grow into it also. And you see how excited people are to really celebrate somebody being in business, and somebody succeeding in business, and a local person succeeding in business, and other local people coming out to celebrate. Like, it was just awesome. It was a blast. And I don't know if it was like a drop-in thing, but next time somebody has a ribbon cutting ceremony and you even kind of sort of halfway know them, go, because that was the best afternoon at a networking event that I'd ever been to. And if I would have been smarter about it, I would have realized the awesome networking opportunities that were there. And I highly encourage it. If you get a chance to go to a ribbon cutting ceremony, go. It was awesome. And Big Slate, Jonathan, Lucas, Jess, I had a blast. Thank you for inviting me. It was awesome. The thing is, I ended up in an argument. I ended up in the parking lot after the ribbon cutting, after most of the people were gone. I ended up speaking to a gentleman that I respect very much, and we got kind of loud because we had a difference of opinion. And y'all know I'm quiet, I'm shy, I never let you know exactly what I'm thinking. I try to hold my opinions to myself, and I try to, walk that fine line of not offending anybody or not getting in anybody's business, or, I try to just be a little church mouse. Nobody's got a comment for that? Nobody's got nothing to say about that? Y'all are going to let me get away with this? Okay, fine. That's cool. I can handle it. No big deal. So I was doing my regular thing and being a church mouse and just a little wallflower and not intruding on anything, not, messing up anything, or, talking too much about Abby the Labby. And I ended up in this argument with this guy in the parking lot because when I look at his business, I get like super duper excited. Like I get completely fired up and ready to take on the world on behalf of his business. And he was trying to tell me why he needed and wanted to stay small. I'm seeing this dude like taking over the country, like taking over in his niche, which is nothing like mine, and I need to mind my own business and not bother other people. Other people can run their business the way they want to run their business. I need to stay in my lane. They can stay in their lane. I've never had this kind of business. I don't know the exact struggles that he's going through, and I can only imagine what he's dealing with and what he's, tried to do, and I can only imagine the struggles and the obstacles that he's overcome in the last 3-4 years. But I just see him like booming and just being, a household name. And like, I can see him setting up franchises for what he does. And I've never set up a franchise, but I just see all the potential. I just see all the possibilities. And I just love this dude's business. But he doesn't want to grow and dominate and be nationwide, and he doesn't see the franchisability. Franchisability? Is that a word? Franchisability? Anybody know? He just doesn't see it, and he slipped. He told me that his dad has been wanting him to branch out and do different things and take over different markets and do all these things. Not quite on the level that I am envisioning for his business, but his dad is wanting him to do more, grow more, be more, have more, all the things. And he is really hung up on not doing that, because it's going to be about $10 to $15 to buy a bunch of domain names. I told him, I was like, dude, I will go home right now and buy 10 or 12 domain names. I will sell the fire out of them. But you've got the business. You've got the model. You've got the connections. You've got the logo. You've got the trademark. You've got this whole business in a box. And we could sell that to people, and they would pay, and they would go out and make their money and make lots of money, and you would still make royalties off of it because you're sitting on a gold mine. And he and I were having this conversation very loudly in the parking lot. We weren't exactly having an argument, but I was very strong and forceful in my opinion on his business because I see him being like the biggest and best and everything. And then he showed me his competition's website, and I looked at it, and it was crap. His product, my friend's product, is clean, and it is classy, and it is classic, and it is traditional, and it is homey, and it is nice. And his competition, or what he is viewing as his main competition, is crap. They've got crap put together and sold for fantastic prices. And so he is looking at small things. He's looking at $10 or $15 and a bunch of domain names, and yes, he'd need that. He's looking at a couple $100 and a couple different logos, and yeah, he'd need that. He's looking at a couple $100 and a couple different trademarks, and yeah, he would need that. But he is literally tripping over pennies when I see his business just blowing through $100 bills straight into his bank account on autopilot, and he doesn't have to do anything, and he'd be set up for life, and his kids could take it over, and his grandkids could take it over. And it'd be like, if you had opportunity to buy into McDonald's for $10,000 back in the 50s, that was a deal you should have done. This dude's business is also what I feel should be like a $10,000 buy-in, and then you got it for life. Life. And that would be a business in a box. He's already got this amazing way that he gives back. It's a little bit of a Tom's shoe story. It's a little bit of a Tom shoe story where he really believes in giving back. He gives back in a different way, but his story reminds me of the Tom story. And Jason, I see you watching this. Jason hates the Tom story. He hates when I talk about it. The Tom's people don't get along with Jason's people. I get it. I understand. But there's a part of that story that my buddy has already built into his business that people would love to know they're giving back while they're getting really cool stuff. It's amazing. And I see all of this potential. I see all of this dynamite business opportunities. I see all of the stars aligning. I mean, I got a whole plan, and y'all know I'm a little bit crazy, and I like to build businesses, and I like to create businesses, and I like to buy businesses, and I'm going to start selling businesses, and like all of that. And I get super excited talking about business with other business people. I get super excited talking about real estate deals with other real estate people. And like, honestly, if we're in a situation where like a regular baby shower or wedding shower, I am kind of a church mouse. I really, honest to goodness, don't have much to say because I only have 3 topics to talk about. I got dogs, real estate, and business. And if we're trying to talk about something else, I'm super awkward to be around. I honest to goodness am. Like, I hang out with my mom and dad every night for lots of different reasons, but one of them is they know how weird I am and they're okay with it. Okay? I'm just super weird. I just want to talk about business. I just want to talk about real estate. I just want to talk about dogs. I don't really care about anything else. I don't. And this dude and I were in the parking lot pretty much arguing because he was trying to convince me that he needed to stay small, that he needed to stay local, that he didn't need to go big and branch out and take over the country. And I want him to be super successful. I want him to take over, and I don't want him to work as hard as he's working. I want him to just have money coming in all the time from royalties. All right? I want all of my friends to be successful. I want all of my people to make tons and tons and tons of money. I want them all to live their very best life. And for this dude, I can see his passion. I can see his excitement for his business, and I want him to get to that next level. But he's telling me he won't do it because he doesn't want to buy domain names. I told him I'd go home and do it. We'd partner. I'll front the money to buy the domain names. He's already got everything done and everything established for this thing to take off like a rocket ship. And it is so frustrating. He said that we could go to lunch and talk about it, and I don't know about all that. I don't want to go to lunch and talk about it because then the food gets in the way. I hate going out for lunch to talk about business because when I go to lunch, I'm there to eat. When I'm at the office, I'm there to work. I mean, if you want to have a business conversation with me, do it at 10 a.m. Any day but Tuesday. I'm busy at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. That's when I meet with my mastermind, because if you stay small, if you stay stuck, if you stay hanging out with the friends that you've always hung out with, you're always going to get the results that you've gotten. It's so important to have a mastermind. It's so important to have a group that's going to support you, call you out on your crap, and push you to the next level. I'm a pusher. My mom is an instigator. Anytime I tell my mom, I'm halfway thinking about doing this and that and the other, my mom would be 5 months down the road planning out what I need to do and this and that and the other, and she'd have me, built and done and gone and moving on to the next thing before I could even get started on one thing. Like, I get this, honest to goodness, from my mom. My mom is an awesome motivator and instigator and pusher, and anytime I'd say, no, I can't do that, she'd be like, I could put a dump truck there. You could totally do that. Duh. You got to do this and that and the other. And that's what I do for the girls in the mastermind. I'm like, oh, yeah, you totally got that. Oh, you got to do this and that. Well, just do this and that and the other, and then close it and make some money and move on and do another deal. Let's do it to it, baby. Let's go. If you don't have a mastermind, if you don't have a group, if you don't have a mom to push you, if you don't have a broker to push you, if you don't have a boss to push you to the next level, you're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay small. You're going to stay broke, busted, and disgusted. And a lot of people don't like hanging out with me because I am kind of opinionated and I am kind of pushy and I am kind of aggressive. But Michael Jordan wouldn't be Michael Jordan if his basketball in high school hadn't cut him and been honest with him and not fluffed him around. I don't fluff around. I don't really sugarcoat it. I give you the best I got based on what I can see, and I fully believe that women make the best investors. The best real estate investors are women. And that's why I help women buy investment houses. Sheila's here. She knows I've been pushing her twice today. All right? And Sheila put 2 houses under contract today. Yes. Sheila's got two closings lined up, in the next month, and she bought 2 more houses today. I just love it because women take action. Women get out there and get their deals done. Women don't sit around and say, well, I don't want to buy my domain name. Women sit around and say, okay, I just bought my domain name. I even misspelled it 2 times just in case somebody else misspelled it. And I got all of those. I actually ended up, now that I'm thinking about it, I need to get this one and this one and this one. Is 12 domains too much to get in one purchase? No, it's not. I got 165 domain names right now. Why? I don't know. I use them for something. All right? That's the kind of action taking you need to get these deals done. Sheila's saying, yeah, baby. All right? She got 2 deals done, and it wasn't because she was sitting around going, I don't want to spend $10 on a domain name. No. Sheila go buy a domain name, build a website on the weekend, and be rolling into a new project by Monday. That's why women make the best real estate investors. They don't sit around and trip over the small stuff. They go straight for the big deals. They go straight for the big money. My buddy is tripping over $5, $10, $15 when I'm seeing him doing $10,000, $40,000, $100,000. Who cares how much the domain name is going to cost you when you're bringing in 6 figures a month? Y'all quit tripping over this small stuff. Quit staying small on purpose. It's not helping you. It's not helping your sellers. It's not helping your local economy. It's not helping the restaurants that you go to. When you start making more money, that wealth gets spread out. I don't know anybody. I don't know any woman that starts making a bunch of money and then doesn't give it back out in some way or another. doesn't start, buying shoes for people, doesn't start donating more to her church. I don't know any woman that starts making $10,000, $20,000 a month and doesn't take her family out to a nice steak dinner and give the waiter a $100 tip because she is flush with money. When you start making money, you start giving more money away because you got more. Do you want to tithe on $1,000 a week? Or do you want to tithe on $10,000 a week? How much more good could your church do if you made more money? How much more good could you do in the world just going to a restaurant and tipping the server more? I mean, you could bless a single mom 2 or 3 times a week. You could build up a special fund to adopt some families and feed them Thanksgiving once a year, or send them a meal once a month and feed them all year long instead of just once a year. You've got to start making more money. You've got to start thinking bigger. You've got to stop yourself from being small. When you're small, you're safe, you're comfortable, you're used to this. When you start thinking big, you start making big money. Yeah, it's scary as shit out here, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. When you're out on that ledge and you got nowhere else to go, but you know that the next level is just right over there, you gotta jump, baby. And it might mean that you gotta back up and take a running start at it, but you gotta do it. Otherwise, you're gonna be camped out on this ledge until that other one looks like it's twice as tall. You got to grow some brass ovaries, girls, and start jumping. Start taking those leaps of faith. Start surrounding yourself with real estate investors. I went to dinner tonight with my mom, my dad, and my uncle. There was 4 of us at the table. Guess how many real estate investors were there? 4. Guess how many business owners were there? Definitely 3. I don't think my dad owns a business. But, I mean, if you want to hang out with the movers and shakers and action takers, you're going to have to be a deal maker. There goes a little mouse. Because movers and shakers want to hang out with deal makers. If you want to be a mover and shaker and you want to hang out with the movers and shakers, you have to be a deal maker. I told somebody the other day, today was a great networking opportunity, but it wasn't like a prime location for me. All right. Any of y'all ever been fishing? Because if you go fishing, you want to go to where the fish are that you want to catch. And you want to use the bait that you know those fish like to use. Well, today would not have been a good fishing day for me because this networking event was not in the right honey hole for me, right? But it was fine. It was good. There was still business going on. I'm okay with it. But if you want to be a really good networker, you need to go to the RIA meetings. You need to go to the real estate investing meetings. But don't just go to learn and absorb. I mean, that's cool. That's fine. Victor would love to have you, and he loves to teach, and he is an amazing real estate mentor and teacher. But you need to go to local real estate investor meetings. You need to go to local meetups on real estate because there's going to be people there that are movers and shakers and action takers in your market. All right? You're probably not going to run into any sellers there. You'll find some wholesalers. You'll find some private money partners. I'm starting to loan money, so I'm going to the RIA meetings to see if any wholesalers need any transactional funding. So I'm going, but I've got a purpose, and I know who I'm looking for. I know what my goal is. I know what my one thing is when I go to the RIA meetings. But if you will go to the RIA meetings, and Sheila is a perfect example of this. Sheila, say hello. Sheila is a perfect example of this because Sheila is a mover and a shaker. She is an action taker, and she is a deal maker. All right, she's all 3: a mover and a shaker, an action taker, and a deal maker. So when she goes to the RIA meeting, people know her. All right, your name has been spoken in rooms your feet have never entered. And Sheila is a perfect example of that. When Sheila walks into a RIA meeting, whether it's an actual RIA meeting or whether it's a private money RIA meeting or a wholesaler, people know her. And people go, oh my gosh, that's that woman that does the deals. We should go talk to her. Your networking at RIA meetings, your productivity at RIA meetings will shoot through the roof when you go as a deal maker. I promise. Test this out. Go to a RIA meeting and don't tell anybody that you're a deal maker. Don't tell anybody that you've already closed deals. And then go back and go to a different meeting and say, hey, I've closed 3 wholesale deals. Boom, you just went to the top of the class. You just went to the top 10%. There goes that mouse again. Mama, are you watching this? There's a mouse out here. I'm outside though, so it's okay. Yeah, Sheila walked into a meeting and they said at the meeting, they were like, oh my gosh, Sheila's here? She is famous. The man leading the meeting came down to Sheila later and she was like, and he said to her, he was like, oh my gosh, I just wanted to come meet you because everybody was telling me that you're famous. Sheila is famous because she's an actual deal maker, y'all. All right? When you go to these RIA meetings, when you go to these networking meetings, don't think of it small. Yes, go get the education, learn, network, change business cards with insurance agents. There's always 10 of them at every networking event. But don't forget that you have a goal. And your goal is to let those people know that you're a deal maker. Everybody. I mean, think about it if it was high school. When you're a freshman, you wanted to hang out with the people that knew what was going on. You wanted to hang out with the upperclassmen. You got into college, you wanted to hang out with the people that knew what was going on. You wanted to hang out with the upperclassmen. It's the same in real estate investing, guys. And you can think about it like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. You can go to those meetings as a freshman and say, I don't know squat about squat. I can't even spell real estate investing right now. I need some help. But then you got to go out and you got to get more help. You got to find some masterminds, some group coaching. You got to find some extracurricular education so that you can go out in your sophomore year and get a bunch of no's. No, 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 no. And then boom, one day when you're talking to a seller, boom, you pop up and you get somebody to sign your contract, which automatically takes you to upperclassman status. You're now a junior in high school or college, all right? Because you went through that awkward, ugly freshman year. You went through that awkward, ugly sophomore year where you were just like, no, 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 no. That's all you heard was people saying, no, 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 no. But then the first day, the very first contract you signed, the first deal that puts you into a deal makers club, shoots you to the top. And most people at RIA meetings don't ever make it to the deal makers club. They don't ever make it to the upperclassmen level. They stay in that awkward, ugly freshman and sophomore year crap, and they never make it to the top 10%. They never make it to junior year where they're getting some awkward wholesaling deals done, but they're making some money. And then they never make it to that next year, that senior year, where they've actually got that passive income coming in. But I'm telling you, when you start going to the RIA meetings and you are a junior, you are a senior, you are actually a deal maker, not only are you a mover and shaker, not only are you there for the education and the action taking, but you're there because you're a deal maker. Every single time a woman goes to a RIA meeting anywhere across the country and stands up and says, I got a deal, that woman just helped every other woman across the country at all the other RIA meetings get a deal. All right, women, y'all got to start standing up and standing out at these RIA meetings. And I want you to stand out as a deal maker, not just as somebody else there to learn, not somebody else just there to pay their dues. As a deal maker, I want you to be that lady landlord. I want you to be that big, fantastic wholesaler. I want you to quit with all this small crapola that you're tripping over, and I want you to get to 5-figure deals. $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Leave the small stuff. Leave it behind. Let somebody else do that stuff. Hire somebody to help you do the small stuff. You go out there and be a deal maker. Don't worry about the small stuff. Don't worry about how much the domain name costs. It's $5, $10, $15 every year. And you're making $100,000 every year or more. Passively. Quit with the small stuff, y'all. Sheila also says, be the most powerful woman in the room. And that's a good book. The most powerful woman in the room is you. All right, especially when you got a plan, especially when you're an action taker, especially when you're a mover and a shaker. You are the most powerful woman in the room. Anne got house number 11 under contract this weekend. And she didn't do it just by going to RIA meetings and getting some more education. She did it because she's a mover and a shaker and an action taker. She's a deal maker. She closed the deal last month for $7,500. Her first deal, $7,500. Boom, done. And you can do that too. All right, y'all quit with all this small crap. Quit with all this, I want to stay small. Ron Stuman put up a post the other day that was awesome. You know, a church isn't going to donate or name the Family Life Center after you because you gave $100 a week. But you give that church $100,000 a couple different times a year, and they will name a building after you. And it's not just about money, and it's not just about giving it back to the church, and it's not just about all the people that you can help, except it is kind of about all the people you can help when you start making more money. You can help sellers, you can help buyers, you can help your family, you can help your church, you can help the community, you can spend more money at local places, you can hire the video crew, you can help people build their business after you've built your business. There's a lot of things you can do, and I want to help you do them all. It makes the most sense to me for you to start in real estate because there's not a way to make big money faster than to be in real estate. All right, all the details, a whole hour-long presentation. It's all on getyourfirstdeal.com. All right, I'm going to put that in the comments here. Getyourfirstdeal.com. If you want to be like Sheila, you got to get started. If you want to be like Sheila, you need to be in the mastermind. But if you want to be like Anne and get $7,500 for doing your first deal and getting it done fast, go to getyourfirstdeal.com. If you want to be like Sheila and you want to join the mastermind because we've got space available in the mastermind, you can go to whitneynicely.com/start. I put that down in the comments, and we'll talk about joining the mastermind. But I only want movers and shakers in the mastermind. I only want action takers in the mastermind. And I only want deal makers in the mastermind. All right, so if you're gonna be still sticking with that small stuff and not ready to be like a rocket ship and shoot this thing out of the atmosphere, you might need First Deal Done Fast. But if you are ready, no excuses, nothing stopping you, you're gonna do everything it takes to hit $100,000 by the end of the year, extra on top of the $100,000 you're already making, that's when the mastermind is for you. All right. It's a bigger investment in money, it's a bigger investment in time, and the mastermind girls routinely kick my tail and push me to do better. They push each other, and I push back. It's an iron sharpens iron type of situation, and I'd love to have you. All right, you can go to whitneynicely.com/start. We'll hop on a call, and I'll let you know if I think First Deal Done Fast would be better for you, or if I think a bundle of all the programs would be better for you, or if the mastermind would be the best fit for you. Or if you don't want to talk to me, if you're afraid I'll yell at you or something, I won't do that later. I won't do that while we're on the phone together. I'll do that later on a Facebook Live, but I won't mention your name. Because I'm cool like that. But y'all, don't keep yourself small. Don't do it. It's not benefiting anybody. Nobody benefits from you staying small. If you stay small and you don't do a lot of deals, then your title company doesn't have a lot of work to do. If you stay small and you don't buy a lot of houses, then your pest control guy doesn't have a lot of houses to go tend to. If you stay small and you don't do a lot of deals and you don't make a lot of money, then your church suffers because they can't send as many missions out or they can't feed as many homeless people. If you stay small and you don't make a lot of money, you don't double your income, then you can't, financially adopt a woman who's going through a tough spot right now. If you're in a tough spot, you don't have that overflow to give to somebody else to help them out of a tough spot. Y'all got to start making more money. All right? And we got to start being open and honest and talking about making big bucks so that we can help other people, because that's what it's about. Okay? I have a confession also. My goal is to start doing these Facebook Live videos in 10 minutes or less, and I'm pretty sure I've been out here for 45 minutes now. Because I'm so quiet and I just don't have much to say. So, y'all get out there. Get your deals done. Sheila, I'm super proud of you. 2 houses today is fantastic. All right, and I'll be pushing you for another 2 next week. Because you can do it. Because you're a deal maker. Because you're an action taker. And because you're a mover and a shaker. And I'm proud of you. Anne, I'm proud of you. Leslie, I'm proud of you. Janine, I'm proud of you. Heather, I'm proud of you. Stacy, I'm proud of all of y'all. Let's help these other women get their deals done too. Okay? All right, I'm out of here. Bye. See you later.